Hey, everybody, it's me, Jonathan Millard, the voice of the Vale, and welcome to another Big Hype podcast. And please, brought to you in association with my sponsors. I've got to remember those people. Hype Energy Drinks, please drink them. They're great. I've got a couple still in the fridge. Bravos, boxing gloves, protect yourselves all times, wearing Bravos. Great sets of different gloves, etc. And our new sponsor as well, Combat Ticks. Get your fight tickets direct from the fighters via the app, from the promoters via the app, and save money and give back to boxers as well. So it all makes sense. Have a check them out, Combat Ticks. But anyway, tonight, my very special guest joining us on the podcast after being in an all-out war on the weekend, and fair play to him going on tonight, Hughie Wilson, Hubon, if you will.
Hi, how you doing? Nice to meet you.
How you doing? We'll ask you the same question we've asked everyone who's come onto this podcast so far, which is our opening question, and it's how and why did you get involved in boxing?
To be honest with you, I really don't know. To be honest, my dad always loved boxing ever since I can remember, and the first time I went to was Brendan Ingalls, and I was like 8-year-old, and I used to go on a Sunday morning once a week, and I used to love it. It was like, my dad always said to me, when you walk into this gym, you'll remember, like, you'll smell a smell that'll just stay with you forever. And I walked in, and it's the most distinct smell you've ever smelled. And the only way I can explain it is it smells like blood, sweat, and fear. It's such a weird smell. And I actually went back to Ingalls, maybe a couple of months ago now, sparring with Barry, Kid Galahad. And the same smell is still there. And it's crazy. It took me back to being 8-year-old. It was just so surreal. But yeah, it's just crazy.
It is crazy how, like, a smell, like you say, a smell can evoke those memories. How did you feel then as an 8-year-old boy? You went in and you were, what went through your mind when you went and you smelt that and you thought, oh.
Terrified. I mean, you walked into Brendan Ingalls at the time, was when Brendan was still alive, and it was just 50 people, from being kids at 6-year-old to men at 70-year-old, just all in the same gym, punching the bag. What they do was, and I don't know how I remember this, because I can't remember what I had for food yesterday, but at the end of the session, they'd have, like, everyone who was new would go into the ring, but the ring, like, stands up, like, quite high off the floor. And I'm terrified of heights, so as a little kid, I was nervous as anything getting in there.
Yeah, of course.
And to, like, evoke confidence, 'cause I was never really confident as a kid, you used to have to sing a nursery rhyme while shadowboxing in front of the entire class. And I'll never forget, there was these two, like, Asian kids in there, and they was floating like Muhammad Ali. They was doing cartwheels, backflips, singing I Can Sing a Rainbow. Unbelievably talented these kids was. But you had to, like, try and copy them, and it was just so scary at the time, like a nervous little kid who's never been in front of a crowd. But, like, it doesn't have to bring you out your shell, because if you can sit in shadowbox and sing in front of strangers you don't know, you can physically go and do anything, really.
I suppose do you know what? There's probably some psychologies but it obviously works, and it worked obviously in his gym, because I mean the amount of people that came through his gyms and through his training, went on to, to greatness. So
there was definitely a method behind his madness, and one of them, obviously you don't see it as a kid, but now I look at it and I think, you know what, that silly little thing that I did probably did bring me out my shell a little bit, you know.
Yeah, and it's put you in good stead then for things that have come afterwards.
Well, boxing in small hall shows in front of 1,000, 2,000 people you don't even know. It does, yeah.
So that was how we got started. That was the very first gym, but you didn't stay in the gym for that long, you said?
No, so that was basically, like, I live in Doncaster, and that was Sheffield. So it was like, my dad would take me every Sunday from being maybe 8-year-old to, I don't know, maybe for a year or two he'd done it. Obviously, I never went every Sunday religiously, the odd Sunday. And then I think when I'd have been maybe 11 or 12, a few of my pals found a boxing gym. And it was only a small boxing gym, and it was run by Kev Burton, who was a former pro back in his day, boxed Clinton Woods twice. He actually put Clinton Woods down. That was his claim to fame. And I boxed there from being, as I said, 11 or 12 to, I think, 15.
Okay.
And I had, how many fights? I think I had 30 odd fights with old Kev. I got to 2 national semi-finals. I wasn't a fantastic amateur. I was okay. But I only really got into that because all my friends got into it and it was like the thing to do. And then my friends moved away or they found different gyms and I just kind of stayed there, stuck at it until I eventually moved gyms myself. Then I went to Henry Wharton's gym in York. Henry Wharton, great guy, great team of people. I moved there when I think I would have been maybe 16, I think. And then I turned 17, decided box ain't for me because I passed my test, discovered women,
yeah, okay.
Walked away from the sport and then I come back to it being 19 and then just stayed in the gym for a couple of years, never had no more amateur fights. And I think I turned pro, I think I'd been maybe 21, 22, something like that when I turned pro.
Well, according to my records, it was October 2021.
Yeah, well, yeah, lockdown was obviously a bad time. Obviously, that there happened. But yeah, like, never really had a fantastic amateur career. I'll be honest with you, I won a couple Yorkshire titles, and that was it. I never won no nationals. I boxed some really good kids, got beat by some really good kids, beat some really good kids, but I never had that Team GB level of amateur career. I wasn't good enough for that, I'll be honest. But I do think I've done a hell of a lot better as a pro than I was an amateur.
I mean, we've talked about this with others on the podcast, and I kind of see it as the fact that you are paying an apprenticeship realistically in the amateurs. You're out almost every weekend. It doesn't have to be like the I can't even speak, the Floyd Mayweathers of this world where they pick a perfect amateur career, perfect profession. It's almost impossible, I think, for anyone to imitate that and emulate that anyway. And you've got to learn by sometimes taking the loss, and sometimes that's what makes you a better boxer because actually you learned something that evening.
The thing is, I generally believe like this. I think I look at this like in my sparring. If I go and spar anybody, okay, and I absolutely batter them, I lever them, what have I learned other than, I feel really good in myself? Now, if I go spar someone and they lever me and batter me and I don't even hit them, the next time I spar, it's, right, he hit me with this combination. I've just landed that combination on him. But from me getting battered, I've learned a new combination. So I do think you learn a hell of a lot more from, like you say, the losses and the beatings that you get, other than feeling superhuman and beating someone else up. It's just pointless. There's no need to be doing it in training.
That's fair enough, and that I agree with you. So that's fine. So the turn over to pro from the amateurs was it lockdown sort of dependent? Sort of we were going into that, sort of coming out of that period. You thought, well, I'm kind of wanting to get and keep in the gym because that was an alternative for a lot of boxers to sort of do, or was it something else?
My story gets quite interesting if I'm honest. Okay. So I stopped boxing when I was 17. Decided, obviously, I want to pass my test, go nightclubbing, things like that there. Life of a term. So I ended up getting in a bit of a street fight with a big kid. He was maybe like 6'8", lot bigger than me. It ended up going viral. I think I got like 5.5 million views on Facebook. It went massive.
Okay.
And I thought to myself, well, I'm going to go back to the gym after this all happened, just in case anything ever happened.
Okay.
I went back to the gym and I was sparring with all the lads there who was at the time, there was George Davey, who was just turning over pro, just signed with Queensbury Promotions, Frank Warren. Sparring with George, sparring some of the other amateurs in there who was turning over pro. Listen, I'm not going to say I was beating them up. I'd been out the game for 2 years. I was unfit. And I was holding my own. So Henry come over to me and said, do you want to get back into boxing? I said, no, can't really bother with the amateur scene. Can't really be, why don't you try giving pro a go? So I was like, yeah, you know what? Why not? So I thought pro was like amateur. You give 20 quid, doctor looks at you and says, yeah, you're fine to box, and you go and earn £1,000. Clearly, it was not as easy as that.
No.
But yeah, that's kind of how I got back into it. To being a pro was just as if it was having a silly street fight outside. Made me think, right, I just want to get myself a bit more prepared, just in case anything like that ever happens again. And then realising, you know what? I wasn't actually too bad at this. So I've just kind of stuck to it.
So, but you obviously said others saw what you were able to do in the gym, sparring and just having a go. But they saw something in you. Did you see it yourself?
The thing is, okay, I mean, when you're in that ring, I wouldn't say I'm a very confident, brash person outside. But when you're in that ring, it's like you don't realise everyone's staring at you when they are. It just feels like you're enclosed out of that square, you know, like everything out of that square is not there, and you can just be yourself. And that's where I truly feel like I am myself. Like I can show off in there, I can stay disciplined in there. You see different sides to me. Like it's a different me in the ring than it is outside.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Like, and that's like what I like with box. I mean, yeah, okay, it's not the ideal choice for someone who wants to, you know, have a normal life. I mean, I'm guessing you can ask me some questions what it's like being a boxer and things, and I will tell you it's not for everybody, and it's such a hard, difficult life, and it doesn't just affect you; it affects everybody around you. But it's just when you're in that, I don't know. It's just it just feels right, you know.
I'm going to ring an answer here. You know this, so, you know. For me, it's the same. It's a very similar thing that I can see people, but I choose not to see them. I kind of I blank them out. One of the things I was taught when I was younger in performing in schools, you pick a pack of you pick a spot at the back of the hall, and that's your focus point. So we'll keep looking at that, so you don't see what's going on. But I understand what you mean. It's that they're there, but they're not there. You're there to do a job. I'm there to do my job, and you're there to do your job. And ultimately, at the end of the day, if they're entertained, fantastic. If you get the win, fantastic. If you get a loss, okay. Then we'll go back to the gym. But we're there to do a job. We're there to have and show what we've learned, what we've done, and how we've done it. And I get that. I do.
You're there to have fun, more important. Like, don't get me wrong. Boxing is at the top and bottom of it. It's a gladiator sport. It's pay-per-view. It's not for you. It's not for your opponent. It's for the fans, and it's all about entertaining the fans. And especially nowadays, like you look at Turkey, who's come into it. He doesn't want Tom and Jerry, and I 100% get that. Like no one wants to watch boring fights, but a great boxer is boring at times. You can't help that. It's the whole sweet science. But obviously, at the end of the day, it's big money, and without the fans who's enjoying it, what would it be? It just fade into obscurity. So you have got to entertain virtually everybody.
I agree with you on that. I agree. I wasn't going to ask you what it's like to be a boxer, because I kind of think you're going to explain it anyway. You're going to talk about it anyway, and you have, so I'm happy with that. Let's just quickly run through the professional thing. Obviously, like you say, we turned over pro. It wasn't a lockdown thing. It was to do what you wanted to do. As you said, the story there is fantastic. An interesting story. Again, it's unique to how everyone gets involved, and this is how you did it. I think that's that is crazy. That's just me. You've had a good run at the professional level, if you want, for lack of a better word, and you started off really strong with lots of wins to carry you through into to carry on. You took on some impressive names in regards to who was there as well, some well-known journeymen as well that are in there as well. Anyone stand out to you particularly as ones that you thought, you know what, that was one that I really enjoyed working with or being in the ring against?
So the fun fact is, when I boxed on Saturday, obviously I took the fight as the away fighter, and I walked, like, jokingly said, "Oh, it's going to be fun now. We're going to be in the change room with all the journeymen." Just laughing and joking, not obviously realising he was in there. And my first ever opponent who I boxed, Dale Arrowsmith, he was in there. And Dale is a lovely lad. He's an absolute gentleman. And he come up to me when I was doing the pads as he was finishing off. He looked at me and went, "Yep, once I saw them body shots, and I remembered exactly who you was." But it's so crazy how, like, that's their job, and you don't realise how many quote-unquote contenders or up-and-comers prospects they boxed. And just for him to just acknowledge and remember you, it's like, oh, okay, I must have stood out. I'm not one of your average throwaways, but I think you've got to respect every journeyman who does it, because they get in there to be a punch bag, essentially. You don't get me wrong, you've got your good journeymen who could survive with the best, and there's a lot of them who I believe could beat 80% of the people they've lost to, but it's their job, they've got to do it, don't blame them. But it's just,
I think that's quite an impressive thing to, for Dale to remember you as well. I've called him recently in Swansea, and I think he was on about 140 fights now. But I'm guessing, looking at your record, it was about 50 fights that he had. So he's had about extra 100 on top of yours, and he still remember those.
I boxed Fons after him. When I boxed Fons, I'm sure Fons had like 100 and teens kind of fights. I'd love to know how many he's had now, because he's still going.
See, I'll try and figure it out if you want. He had 29 when he boxed you. Now he's on 187. So Fons is again a great, but he's there and he teaches you so much too.
It's like he doesn't get hit clean either. Because when I boxed him, he just boxed a really good kid who was on the amateur circuit when I was there. Was it? He was a Repton kid, Shiloh de Freitas, I think.
I don't know.
He boxed.
Wait back.
Hang on. Just stopped him. I'm sure he got stopped by him. It was just before I boxed him.
And now you're making scanner back box racks and stuff. Let me have a look.
Sorry about that.
It's good, man. It's fun. Where are we to? There, right. Yeah, Joe Jenkins was just before you, but it was Colin Dean was the one you think of, I think.
Stopped by, I'm sure it was Shiloh. Was it Shiloh de Freitas? Sugar Shy?
Shiloh was a couple of fights before you. I was in the October 21. Same day, almost the same time as you debuted.
Yeah, he was. I think he was the last person to stop it.
Yeah, but there was TKO stuff.
And I remember asking about it because at that time I'd never stopped a journeyman. Found obviously you look at him, you can't barely hit him clean. And I remember him saying it wasn't that he hit so hard, it was just the pure accuracy on him. And when but you know what? You look at all the top boxers, they don't put anything into the shots; they're just accurate with it. So that's
precision. It's precision boxing, isn't it? Not necessarily power.
Work on pure accuracy, and I think that helped me down the line get my stoppages. Because I'll be honest, do I hit like Mike Tyson? No, but I do know when I hit people, I hit them perfectly. If I'm going to put them away.
So okay, let's talk about the elephant in the room. Then, you were out on the weekend, which was the 19th of July. This probably came out a week or so afterwards. And as you say, you took the fight as the away fighter. You're up against Billy Pickles, well-known, well-respected boxer. Was he 17, 18 fights now?
18 fights when I boxed, obviously, which was like you say, it'll be a couple of weeks ago when this comes out. Yeah. For me, a couple of days ago.
Yeah. So let's talk through it because, like you say, you were battered up quite a bit. When I came, I was like, "Oh, okay." I wasn't quite expecting.
All I'm going to say is, you want to see his face. Mine is cut. Okay, I'll take that, fairs. But these are head clashes. Okay, These are not scoring shots. I'm just going to clarify.
So just for the record, just for people because they're not going to see it yet, but unless they're on the socials. But you've got 2 on your nose, 2 stitches on your nose, 2 under your.
I've got 2 on my big old nose, and I've got 2 just under my eye, just above my cheek.
The left eye, yeah.
Yeah. So that was round 4, round 9. So yeah, it was a bit of an experience. Not the first time I've been cut, so I knew how to kind of handle it, and obviously it wasn't in my eyes, so wasn't distracting by any means.
And you're quite a tall fighter, aren't you? You're quite a tall lad.
Yeah, so I say I'm 6'1". I'm like 6.07. So to the ladies, I'm 6'1".
6'1", size 12 shoes.
Yeah. But Billy, he's a very come forward fighter. We knew he'd come in with his head a lot. It's just it's how he fights. Mm. And even when the referee came into the changing rooms to give his instructions, me and my team was all like, make sure you tell him to watch his head. I mean, he got told, never got a point took off, but he got told. So, beggars can't be choosers.
Aye.
But it was a really good fight. It was a really entertaining fight. I knew it was going to be. It was a clash of styles. I really personally think I won. I really do. I've watched it back. I still think I've won. Listen, I'm a harsh critic of myself. I think Billy's a lovely guy. No disrespect to Billy and his team. Fantastic people. Would I love the rematch? Of course I would. I had a great time in there. I know my face is going to look like I never, but I loved every minute of it. It was such a hard fight, grueling fight, but they're the fights that I want. Really enjoyed it. I really do think I won. I mean, it was a split decision to him, so it could have went either way. But I really still think I won. I wish I had a photo of his face I could show you. He put a photo on after. Obviously, if people's intrigued in the story, they can go Google him, Billy Pickles, have a look at him on Facebook. And he was eating a big breakfast, and he put this photo on, and I don't mean it horrible, but his face was out here. He just looked like an alien. I mean, credit to him for posting his face. Braver man than me, I'll be honest. But, we beat each other up for 10 rounds. It was a fantastic fight, and
And it was your first 10 rounder, wasn't it? It's
my first 10 rounder. I got told by a lot of people that, Billy will walk through me. I've never gone past 6 rounds. I'll fade. He's the fitter man, the more experienced man. If you're going to go watch the fight, watch it without the commentary, because the commentary is that friggin' biased to Billy. It's not normal. I swear to God, I watched it, okay? And the production team was fantastic. I'll give them credit. So, in between the rounds, they're showing the highlights.
Yeah.
Okay? Every highlight is me hitting Billy. There's not a single highlight. And the commentary is all, oh, fantastic shot by Billy. Oh, Billy's doing the work. And, oh, that shot hurt Billy. No offence, Billy, mate, but you cannot punch. I'm not being horrible. You cannot punch, mate. You've had 1 stoppage out of 19 fights. You're a great fighter, but you cannot dig. I can't dig. I've only had 2. But, that was double the amount in half the fights. So,
But I mean, I was going to say the scorecards looked at, I can't get into this because I am an official technically. So I'm not going to get into the whole nitty-gritty, but I mean, to have it as close as it was, I mean, it came down to, well, one went your way, one went the other one, and then the other one was 2 points out adrift. So it was, it obviously, like you said, where people said, "Oh, you're going to fail, you're going to fade, he's going to walk through you, blah blah blah." And but how long do you know before the fight? That was the other question I wanted.
So from the initial dates, he was meant to fight on the 14th of June, and
Right.
we knew 10 weeks out. So a good 10-week camp for that, and then the fight got postponed. I think because someone on the card was injured. Not between me and Billy. Someone on the card was injured.
Yeah,
I think someone else pulled out at a later date. There wasn't enough fights to make it viable, so they postponed it by another 6 weeks. So technically, I had a 16-week camp. I did have a few days off, but I will say a 16 camp, which, if anything, I think really benefited me because it gave me that extra 6 weeks to get fit. And don't get wrong, I would have been ready on the 14th of June. And it might have been a different story, who knows? But it is what it is. It was a 16-week camp, but he also had the same. I mean, he was the home fighter. All I know is he could have had a 20-week camp. I doubt it, like, overkill. But we both, it's not like it was, I took the fight on a week's notice. I never. I had all the preparation in the world, and I can't blame anybody else but myself. But I can't even blame myself. I don't feel like I lost personally.
I saw I saw your socials on Sunday because I went a little nosing. Very positive responses from all your fans, supporters, obviously as well. And like you said, they all thought you won the fight as well. So I think if Dan's listening and Dennis Hobson wants to run it again, I'm pretty sure that you'd be happy for that one.
I'd love it. I mean, the position I'm at, I don't have that big promoter. Like, I'm not with no Eddie Earns, no Frank Warrens, no Ben Shaloms. I've just got to take every opportunity I can get. And I've sparred some really good kids this camp. I've held my own with them. And I think first 10 rounder for a Commonwealth silver, I pushed that man all the way when people said I'd tire. And if you want to watch the fight back, I genuinely believe them last 3 rounds I made him work and I pushed him when they said I wouldn't have it in me. So I know I'm a tough competitor. I know I can quote unquote fight. I'd fight anyone, lightweight, super lightweight. And this is what people don't realise. Well, I moved up from lightweight for that fight, which okay, it's only 5 pounds and I'm a big kid for super lightweight. But still, I moved up from lightweight to super lightweight. So I never had... He had every advantage going in, double the fight. He'd done 5 or 6 10-rounders before that. So, there was a lot of questions to be asked of me, and I think I answered every single one.
So what would you like next?
It's hard to say what I'd like next. I mean, we've already had conversations with Dennis and Fight Zone. Obviously, it all depends on how fast my hand heals and my face. But there's obviously, we'd like to get back out this year. It just depends how soon. So we're going to see where things go, is all I'm really going to say on that one.
To see how things go. Well, and that's fair enough. I mean, you don't know what opportunities are there for you, and they might be, there are obviously, if you think you've answered the question, I'm sure that others will think, actually, damn, that kid can box. Let's see where he goes. Let's see what we can do with him.
Big Hype Podcast, Sponsored by Hype Energy Drinks.
I mean, I'm hoping everyone looks at me and thinks, oh, he's got, coming off 2 back-to-back losses. He'll fight anybody. He's not that great. Yeah, go on, we'll take a chance on him. That'd be fantastic. Get me in with someone who's meant to beat me up and let me shock people. I'll take that. But it's just, I want to be in good fights that entertain the fans. That's all I want to be in. Yes, I want to become a world champion. Am I a world champion right now? No, of course not. I ain't had enough fights. I'm not experienced enough. But I've sparred at a good level for this camp. And listen, Billy's a great kid. He's got a Commonwealth silver title. I mean, he's Commonwealth British level fighter. I've been sparring kids who's fought for European titles. I believe I'm also at that level of English, Commonwealth, British level,
Okay.
So I do think there's a hell of a lot of good fights in me. It's just getting the right fights at the right time, which will benefit me.
That's fair enough. I can't really argue with you on that one, because that is fair. If that's where you think you are right now, I'm not for me to judge. But I think if I was watching a fight back again, because I've watched it, and I agree with you, the last 3 rounds you certainly did put the pressure on. The tank was still still stuff in the tank going into those last couple of rounds, and you let it all go. And I think like you say, just got to see what comes on your way. If I was watching that again, if I was a promoter, I'd be like, if I was Dennis, I'd be like, yeah, kid can go. Let's see what we can do with him. Let's see if we can give him something, in the next couple of months. Let's have a little chat. I mean, you answered the call at that level. Could you go again? Yeah, it's Southern, an area title. Because what are you, Northern, aren't you? Northern area?
Central.
Sorry, I get these confused all the time because I get confused on where the boundary is. I haven't got a clue sometimes.
Well, it's crazy. I mean, people from Blackpool who I'd class as Northern can fight for a central area. It's crazy.
Yeah, I know. I don't get it either. But we have a Welsh area, but finally we got it reclassified as the Championship of Wales. So there's little things like this. We haven't got an English. You've got an extra level in there. You've got obviously area. You've got English. I think you can easily compete with some of those kids at that level as well, and see where it goes. And if like you say, if you're up against Europeans in the gym and you're sparring those and it's all going well, then
I've had brilliant sparring. Listen, I don't want to name drop many people.
Drop them.
I mean, I sparred Liam Dillon before he boxed Pierce O'Leary for the European. Tough kid. I generally believe pick him at heavyweight and he'd give him a hard night. I really believe that. He's tough as boots. I've sparred Matthew Rene from Liverpool. I think he's originally from the Isle of Man. Great fight. I also done a lot of work with Alex Murphy in this camp. Just come off fighting was Akib Fiaz and also Khalil Majid. Good fighters, I believe. Well, Liam Dillon is obviously a European level fighter. Alex Murphy is at least English British level, ain't he? Yeah. Yeah, okay, I've probably sparred some kids who was 1, 2s and 0s, 3s and 0s, obviously ain't ready there yet. But if I can sit and mix it with them kind of lads who's already proved that level, why can't I be,
Promoters listening, let's get it on. Let's get him on the table, let's get him on the card, because he's going to go somewhere.
I'm just game, I'll be honest with you. I enjoy it. Because before this fight, it was the beginning of the year, I said to my team, I said, I don't care now. I just want to get in good hard fights that people want to pay to see, because there's nothing worse being a ticket seller and it's, you're fighting today. I'm fighting so-and-so. Oh, what's his record? He's had 100 fights, won about 5. No one wants to see that. They want to see real 50-50 fights. So I want to be able to say to my fans, like, I'm fighting so-and-so who's 10-0. Oh, yeah, go on, we'll go see that. That's what I want to be doing, so people actually feel like they're getting their money worth. Because fighting journeymen and all that there, 2 journeymen I boxed, I've knocked out. So I know how to win them. I know how to drop them. I've been there. I've done the learning fights. Obviously, there's still a lot of learning to do, but I believe the learning now is against a better crop.
Sorry, mate. We got a little technical issue, and I don't quite know what's gone. But I suppose I'll just ask you the last question, even though I've not got a camera on anymore. Which is basically, you said you'd like to see yourself a world champion. I mean, is that the ultimate goal? Is it the what type of belt? Which colours are you looking for? Black, gold, green, gold, red and gold?
I'll be honest with you. My favourite belt's always been the IBF, but the more I've got into boxing, I've learned the IBF's a really hard belt to get yourself a hold of, to be fair. But look, listen, I haven't won a single belt yet. I fell short for the Commonwealth silver, so I'm clearly not IBF World Championship material yet. But just take it any step at any step of the time, whatever comes. You know, if it be Central Area, if it be English, if it be, I'll fight for a IBS Oceanic Pacific title if it's there, you know, anything. I just want belts. I want silver. Yeah, guys, anything.
There's so many belts out there nowadays you can basically shake a stick at and sort of spin the wheel and see which one comes up.
Whatever's there, I will grab both hands, teeth, the works.
Is there one that you would really that would be, like you said, the IBF? Is there one that that's what I want to actually put on the mantelpiece and keep above the fireplace forever?
If you're talking domestic level, yeah, I mean the British, it's just such a beautiful belt, innit? It's a belt you want. It's a belt you can't.
Everyone says the same.
It's such a beautiful belt, but it's getting the opportunity to fight for it, and it's obviously winning it. And super lightweight is a pretty stacked division at the minute, so it's a bit of a tough ask, but I've got a few years in me, so you never know.
What are you, 20, 24, 25?
25.
25, yeah. So
I don't feel it.
It's all right. I'm 45. I don't feel it. It doesn't change with age, mate. Don't worry. Good stuff. Well, Hughie, thank you so much for coming on. I think if it's okay with you, I'll just wrap up. We'll finish up with the quick fire questions. So it's an either or sort of situation, or you can decide whichever you want to say. You go with it. So let's start this. Ready?
Yeah.
Seconds out. Rounds 1. Southpaw or orthodox?
Orthodox.
Body shots or head shots?
Body shots.
Train alone or with a partner?
Alone.
Early bird, night owl?
Early bird.
Heavy bag or speed bag?
Heavy bag.
Underdog or favourite?
Sorry?
Underdog or favourite?
Underdog. Who don't love an underdog story?
In the gym or outdoors?
Let's go in the gym.
Okay. Short and powerful punches or long and technical?
Long and technical.
Fight dirty or fight clean?
Fight clean.
Loud crowd or the quiet atmosphere?
Oh, loud crowd. Come on. Get everyone going.
Quick knockout or strategic win?
Quick knockout. I want to get my Chinese.
Oh, do you have a particular one after fight ritual?
I'll be honest with you. After every fight, I go for an Indian. And I don't know why. Favourite food, but
I love it. Any particular one? Like a Madras?
Oh, 9 out of 10 times, it's always Akbar's. Obviously, the shout out Akbar's, by the way. Sponsorship would be nice. But
free carry would be fun.
Time.
Okay, last but not least, hypothetical question. If it was ever to happen, God, I hope it does. AJ versus Fury. Who wins?
I'm sticking with the Gypsy King, Fury. All day, every day.
Fair enough. You're a northern lad. You're allowed to do that, I suppose. I think nowadays Fury wins anyway, but I don't know who might do.
I'd have always said Fury. Always. He's the man.
Yeah, well, he's a character in himself, and he's a lovable character. AJ's a lovely guy as well, though. I've met him, so
I just think you could stick Tyson in any sport or profession, and he'd be the superstar of it. It's just his personality.
Yeah,
he's a fantastic bloke, to be fair. I
agree with you. Fantastic. How do people get involved? Follow your story? What can they do to follow you on Instagram stories? What's your handles?
My most active. I mean, I do have Facebook, but I don't usually go on it that much. But Instagram's the go-to. So my Instagram name is Hughie, which is a nickname. Don't ask me how I got that. I don't even know myself. It's just always been there. But yeah, I mean, give me a follow, and yeah, I upload decent enough content, I'd say. I mean, if you want to see my highlights, which I had to trim down from 30 minutes to about 2.5, it's a good watch.
I'm sure we'll get some fans on for you, I'm sure, that way as well. Hughie, thank you so much for coming on the Big Hype podcast. Hope you have a lovely evening, and the rest of you heal up really quickly and really good, because we want to see you back in the ring as soon as possible.
I hope so. Thank you very much, mate.
No worries. Take care.
Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.
Hey everybody, thank you so much for listening to the Big Hype podcast. We hope you've enjoyed this episode, and really, I just want to ask you personally, if you could just send this on to a friend. Send it in their text, to their socials, to WhatsApp, whatever. However you get it to them, just get it to them. I'm sure they'll appreciate it, and I certainly will appreciate it. So thanks again for listening to the Big Hype podcast, and thank you again for sending and sharing.
This has been a Big Hype production, edited and produced by Jonathan Millard, assisted by Riverside FM and distributed by Buzzsprout, available on all good podcast platforms. For more information, visit www.bighypepodcast.co.uk.